Horror host of Hoggot. It's time for... Blamo, kablamo. Slammo, kablamo. Oh my god. Oh, one moment please. Hello? Yes, I was in the middle of doing the introductions. Okay. Okay, folks. Once again, from a secret, undisclosed location, hidden somewhere deep in the bowels of historic downtown St. John's, comes In the Library of Graphic Literature, with your host, this guy, Wallace Rock. So, bit of Irish breakfast tea. How's everyone doing? Fine, I hope. As usual, our comics were a little bit late this week. That's the tragedy of living on an island on the edge of North America. But otherwise, fun week. Well, last week was a fun week, and this week started a bit slow. Hopefully we'll get some books before Good Friday. Otherwise it won't be a Good Friday, it'll be a sad Friday. Anyway. Oh god, okay. Got a few things here today. Now, I do have a few things, but where is my knife? Where is my knife? One moment, please. I always forget my knife. Oh, I got this. This is good. This is close enough. Okay. So, this week, oh yes, and don't forget, Thursday Comics. It's going to be actually a day late. It's going to be Friday Comics. Thursday Comics will be on Friday Comics this week, due to some scheduling conflicts and the like. And we're going to be doing a top 10, and I think it is comic book creative duos. So that should be fun. Nothing like the Irish breakfast tea to wake one up in the morning. Or the afternoon as it is here. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's sunny outside. It's still about around 0 degrees, which would be about 33 for you folks in America who aren't on the metric system. Just kind of do too bad, because the metric system actually is kind of cool, 0 degrees is freezing, 33 degrees in Fahrenheit, and 100 degrees is boiling. So if you're boiling, if it's 100 degrees out, you're dead. And a nice day is 20 degrees. 30 degrees is a very nice day. 40 degrees is too damn hot. Okay, anyway, let's start off by unwrapping this little baby, and it ain't no little baby. This is the Swamp Thing. This is the new 52 Omnibus. So this contains the stories by Scott Snyder, Jeff Lemire, Charles Soule, and I've read a fair amount of this, especially the when it came out. Actually, at the time, I read it, and it was just like, geez, this is a damn good Swamp Thing. So I gotta say, Snyder really knocked it out of the park with this one. Oh, also Scott Tuft and Jeff Parker. Artists: Yannick Paquette, Jesus Saez, Javier Pina, Kano, Mark Rudy, Steve Pooh, Becky Cloonan, Andrew Belanger, Francisco Francavilla, and so on and so forth. Let's see any other big. Dave Lapham, sweet. Anyway, a few. So it's let me get its jacket off there. Cool. Oh yeah, let me show you the dust jacket. It's a cool dust jacket. But yeah, definitely worth buying. But oh, it's a hefty one. So we'll just have a quick look at some of the pages in here. But yeah, beautifully done. Great story, great stories. It's funny, the Swamp Thing really needs a special writer. Is the artist? If the artist is good, then you're cooking with oil. There it is, without the jacket on it. But yeah, so when it came out, I knew I just had to have it. Okay, let's put its clothes back on. Ooh. Nice dust jacket. Okay, now let's wrap it up. Wrap it up. There it is. Okay. That's book number 1 for today. Book number 2, I actually pre-opened here. This is Iron Man, Volume 13 of Marvel Masterworks. This one, has some good stuff in it. Dave Michelini, Bob Layton, Bill Mantlo, and Jim Shooter on the typewriter. On the pencils, we have John Romita Jr., not some of my favorite. He still hasn't sort of matured at this level. Herb Trimpe, I always call him Trimp. Keith Pollard, who I always kind of liked. Keith Giffen, who I always loved. John Byrne, and Carmine Infantino. Now the John Byrne one, I do believe, is just layouts. But the yeah, and I had a couple of these when I was younger, including this one, which was the Keith Giffen one. Let's get a close up. The Menace of Arsenal. Dun, 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 dun. For you Arsenal fans out there, it's a soccer reference, and those who know soccer know what I'm talking about. I'm actually a big Arsenal fan. Anyway, so yeah, this was always one of my favorite Keith Giffen. Anything I've seen back then, I bought. Now this one I bought. This is I remember having this, but I wasn't too impressed by John Romita Jr. at that point. Now Bob Layton, of course, when Bob Layton starts inking over someone, this is the John Byrne breakdowns. Layton inking it. But Layton was a great inker too. He really brought it to life. So yeah, an okay run, but the best thing about this is that it ends off with the infamous or famous. Where is it? Yeah, the Demon in the Bottle, where Tony gets on the sauce. And this, I like the fact that they include this one. This is, speaking of Keith Giffen, this is the Jack of Hearts. It was a great one-issue Marvel premiere, which I actually had. This has amazing art by Keith Giffen and Rudy Nebrez, who was always one of my favorite artists/inkers. But yeah, great story. So I'm kind of glad that they threw it in with this baby. So yeah, check it out. It's a comfortable little volume. He says. Speaking of comfortable little volumes, next up we have another Masterworks. What, you're saying, Wallace? 2 Masterworks in 1 week? Yes, 2 Masterworks in 1 week, says Wallace. Dun, 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 dun. The second one being Dazzler. Dazzler Smashler. Okay, now, this one is written by Denny Fingeroff and drawn by Frank Springer. was an okay, was an okay artist. Let's tear the plastic off of that baby there. Okay, I love listening to it when we crack it open. Mark Bright actually does some pencils there, and Vince Galetta does the inks. Steve Grant apparently did one. Okay, but yeah, you know, he was a serviceable enough artist. And Dazzler, well, you know, Dazzler was Dazzler. But yeah, I'm looking at it, it's not too bad. But Vince supplying the inks, of course, did an amazing job, like he always did. Well, yeah, not bad. It's, sometimes I think, you know, why don't they just give us a volume of like a Marvel Premiere or something instead of Dazzler? But of course, I have to have it just because I can't help myself when it comes to Marvel Masterworks. I must have them all. So yeah, check it out, especially if any of you are Frank Springer fans. Okay. Oh, what a day, what a day, what a day. Okay. Now, let us pause to reflect. And sip our teas. Everyone sip their tea? Everyone have their sip? Okay. Let's get right back at it here now. Once again, from the good folks at PS Artbooks comes the fast-moving episodes of Space Adventures. Of course, it has work by Steve Ditko in it, and Dick Gordana, Matt Baker, Rocco Mastroserio, and you know, and so on. Once again, I always love these volumes just because of their use of the ads, leaving the ads inside them. I think it's so cool. But yeah, like I said, I have a special place in my heart for these volumes. It's almost like they just find the comics and bind them for you. So let's have a close-up look here. And this is from Carlton, of course. Carlton Comics. The famous, this was actually the comic I do believe that Captain Atom first appears in later on. But this one is from 1959. Way back when. Way back even before I was born. Oh, and there's one of those cool ads. Charles Atlas. Some good Ditko in this. Oh, and look at that. I like these. Look at these these ads. These are so cool. But yeah, some good Ditko in this. What I loved about Ditko was the tension. As we've said many a time in his comic strips, everyone looks like they're about to go insane. Oh, build your own hot rod. Check that out. But yeah, definitely worth checking out. Great cover there. But yeah, so worth it. But yeah, I like the fact that PS Artbooks is saving a lot and printing a lot of these that no one else seems to want to print or whatever, so they're like saving a little bit, tiny little bit of comic book history that what people seem to be ignoring. So hey, what are we going to do? Now, just like with the Masterworks, this week we have not but one, but we have two PS Artbooks, and the second one being this baby. Boom, 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 boom. This is Kona, Monarch of Monster Island. Boom, 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 boom. This is from 1962. It also includes a bonus issue of Reptilicus, which I have to let. I always think about The Simpsons when I when I think about that, about the old man in the freezer. This features actually Rocco Mastro Serio and Sam Glanzman too, who I'm a fan of. But yeah, it was it's Kona. It's I guess he's kind of like a the art in it is actually very good. I do like the art in it. Especially the Sam Glanzman stuff. This is from Dell at the time, which eventually morphed into Gold Key. And yes, Sam Glanzman seems to do the first few, and then I'm not sure if he did the Reptilicus one here. Let's check it out. Will you indulge me while I poke around in this just to see if his signature is there? No. So it must be one of the other boys did Reptilicus. Anyway, Kona, Monarch of Monster Isle. Yeah, Monster Isle, not Monster Island. So yeah, for you people who are into Modern Man versus Ancient Beasts, kind of like, I wonder if this, I guess it's kind of like a Turok ripoff. Really, yeah. But yeah, the artwork in this is actually quite good and worth checking out. I always like Sam Glanzman stuff. Look at all that dinosaur action. Those darn dinosaurs. Huh? Beautifully drawn. Check that out. And of course, there's the ad. This don't seem to see any ads in this one. I don't know if they've been taken out or. And then Reptilicus, which was a Carson one, I do believe. Yeah, and this one does have a. Oh, look at this. Some cool toys. And then more. Okay, yeah. Check it out. Kona. Kona. Okay. Now, that's it this week for new books, but a little bonus here. Oh yes, and I checked it out. Comics Mix is a page for any of you Russian-speaking folks out there. He's always liked my stuff, and looks like he knows what he's talking about. But I can only speak English, and even then, barely. Now this is from Soaring Penguin Press. Now this, as I've said many times before, one of the things with the Library of Graphic Literature Facebook page group when I formed over 10 years ago, yeah, I'm just that old, was that one of the rules was that we were only allowed to talk about the comics we like. And so, which I thought was a good rule, because I mean, I was sick and tired of everyone getting on and all the old tired arguments, the stand bashing, just the general nastiness and boringness of some commentary sections where people go on and on about some comic they don't like. It's just like, Oh God, give me a break. And you know, I wouldn't mind it if the commentary was informed. But a lot of times you get people who don't know what the hell they're talking about, going on, bad mouthing someone who's got more talent in their little finger than that person complaining will ever see in their lives. So it's just nasty, just nasty. So anyway, the best thing about that role is that it elevates the level of recommendations too, because of course we're all talking about the comics we love, and so you're getting the best of recommendations. So check out the group, by the way. The nice people there, and it's all very civil. And anyone who's out of control, I usually nix right away as soon as I can. And it's a group made up of pure people, no robots. I've carefully curated over 10 years and made sure that there's not a single robot among the 1,000 plus people in the group. Anyway, and so you, like I say, you get a lot of good recommendations, and I can't for the life of me remember who recommended me this, but I know when this video goes up, whoever you are out there who recommended this to me is going to pop up and say, "Hey, Wallace, it was me who recommended this." And when I see that, I'll give you a shout out. But to the person who recommended this to me, thank you very much. What it is, it's from Soaring Penguin Press, and it is a book, Peter Pan, by Loisel, who's let me go back. Yeah, just as it goes by Loisel. This is from London, UK, and managed to find a copy online, and my pal Dennis Osbourne, who I do Thursday Comics with, tracked it down for me and purchased me a copy and had it sent to his house for me. That's one thing about one of the many things I love about Dennis is that he can find me the comics I want, and you know I don't have a front doorbell here, so it's a terrible place for me to get any type of packages. And there's so he's kindly offered the use of his premises for me to find the books that I love. Anyway, this is a filthy, dirty version of Peter Pan. This is like, you talk about grimy, downright and dirty interpretation of the whole Peter Pan story. It's I'm about, geez, how far? I'm probably about, I'm probably about 20% of the way into it, and it's already sort of freaking me out. It starts in London, obviously, 1887, and you know, in the grinding poverty and the sick folk who lived there. A lot of mean people, a lot of real degenerates, and all that kind of thing happening in here. So it's, I'm hoping the rest of it will follow that. But I mean, this book got a lot of great recommendations. There is nudity and sexual content in this, so I mean, it's not for. This is a Peter Pan that's not for kids. So I'm enjoying it so far. I'm enjoying it more than that movie Hook, which I fell asleep during. But yeah, check it out, Peter Pan by Loisel. And like I say, once again, to to whoever recommended it to me, cheers, and thank you very much. And so, like I say, check out the group, because you find out. That's the one thing someone else once. I mean, a lot of recommendations I've gotten through there, and I've explored their recommendations, and I've discovered some amazing comics that way. So check it out, Peter Pan. Let's get a close-up look. Very European style art. It's kind of like a mixture between. It's like a mixture between Mobius and, oh God, who else? Mobius, Alex Nino. Got a little bit of Jack Davis thrown in there. But yeah, very interesting. Kind of sick in some parts of it, but it's, like I say, it's pretty cool. Poor old Peter. And there's Hook. But yeah, definitely worth checking out there. Beautifully drawn, nice coloring. Yeah, definitely worth picking up. There it is, Peter Pan, beautiful cover, and Tinkerbell is she's a sexy little fairy. Pretty cool, hey? Okay, anyway, that is that for this week. Once again, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in and adding a little bit of brightness to my otherwise sunny day. Anyways, hopefully, who knows, we might get our comics this week, and if so, well, excuse me, you will be hearing from me. Otherwise, it might be next week, like always. Anyways, once again, keep on reading, check out Thursday Comics, and thanks for having me over. Okay, love you all. Okay, Motherbox, take me away. I can hear that. Oh my God, there it is. Okay, love you all.